EESL, that's the company in focus. They're planning a 5,000 crore rupee IPO, the business prospects, the JVs for smart metering. That's something that we're trying to gauge. Saurabh Kumar, the MD at Energy Efficiency Services Limited, joins us on the show right now. Mr. Kumar, thanks for joining in. What is the status of the IPO currently, and what are the timings? Reports suggesting a 5,000 crore rupee valuation that may be likely?
So at the moment, we just are conducting a due diligence for our own valuation of EESL at the enterprise level, and that valuation exercise should be completed in a couple of months' time. The indications that we have is that our enterprise value is about 5,000 crores, which is 5 times the par value of the equity that we hold. And in the next financial year, again, we'll have this discussion with the management, with the board members, with the promoters, and that is when we are looking at possibly fourth quarter, third quarter of next financial year, where we can come out with an IPO.
Right, and what exactly is the rationale behind launching the IPO in the first place? How is it that you would be utilizing the funds?
We have 3 or 4 verticals that we feel will require a lot of capital, and let me name those 4. The first is the smart meter vertical that we have initiated. The second is decentralized solar, and the third is tri-generation, which is combined heat and cooling, power and cooling. We have started work in all these 3, and also looked at what is our investment requirement over the next 3 to 5 years. We see our investment requirement of anywhere between 25,000 to 30,000 crores, particularly in these 3 areas. Not to say that we are not focused on lighting or anything else, but these 3 sectors would require a lot of investments. So if I take a conservative figure of 25,000 crores over the next 3 to 5 years, and I fund my investment in a debt equity of 2080, I will need 5,000 crores of equity over the next maybe 3-4 years. Now, to get that kind of equity, and remember, our equity base today is about 970 crores, which means I have to get 5 times the equity that I need. So one thing is to go back to the promoters, but the other more efficient thing, and given that we are headed for a decent valuation, is to get this, create more value for the promoters, maybe get more promoters, maybe get through the IPO, get much more participation. But the key factor is we need equity. We need lots and lots of equity for these expansion projects.
Okay, tell us about the financials of the company in the last few years. How has growth been? What's the trajectory looking like?
Okay, so if I just compare a couple of years, the financial year ending March 18, we had a turnover of nearly 1,400 crores. In March 19, our standalone turnover is about 1,850 crores. And if I add the EESL group with our UK acquisition, we are about 2,600 crores. So almost a 70% growth in revenues that we are seeing. And this revenue will only increase. We are headed to hopefully a 4,000 crore to 5,000 crore company in the next couple of years in terms of revenues.
Okay, reports suggest that you will curve EV sourcing to less than a third of the 10,000 sedans originally tendered. Is that mainly due to a lack in demand?
So as far as, and I've said this on record several times, and I have no hesitation in repeating it, if you look at our EV sourcing per se of 10,000 vehicles, yes, as far as numbers are concerned, deployed on the ground is only 1,500 till date. We have firm demand of another similar amount. And it's not that we are not creating new demands. So at the moment, as far as the government fleet is concerned, that is moving on. It is moving on in a not as big a manner as we thought earlier it would. But there are a couple of things that have happened in the recent past. One, the Finance Ministry has issued guidance to all ministries and departments, initially in Delhi NCR region, to look at electrification of their fleet. Last month, the Department of Public Enterprises actually invited all the Maharatnas, Navaratnas, and also encourage them to start using EVs. So that is one segment where we see demand to begin to increase. Number two, we are also tied up with a few taxi aggregators, because if you recollect, FAME 2 provides subsidy for four-wheelers only for taxi and shared mobility. So we are going to very soon sign an MOU for 500 cars on dry lease to one such taxi aggregator. We are in talks with at least 3 others, and we hope that the new segment that we have just entered into, which is the shared mobility, kickstart the demand much quicker than what we are seeing from the government.
Okay, good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.